We're live.
Live action. Hello, everyone. Y'all thought I was going to sing, didn't you? I can't sing.
You can sing and I'll dance. How
But
about that?
there's a difference.
What's that?
You have an ability to dance.
Oh, gosh.
I have the inability to sing. Hey, Mary Carl, come here.
My darn old ankle don't straighten itself out, and I ain't
You're not going to be dancing
gonna
anymore.
be
are
dancing
you?
anytime soon.
Okay, so guess what we got to do?
Oh, you gotta say your date.
Well, I thought you were going to say I forgot.
No, I didn't forget.
Today is March the 21st, 2023.
I'm gonna tell you something.
4:00 Central Standard Time.
March has flown by faster than any month this year.
I don't differ.
I mean, it has just absolutely just. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either, because I mean, somebody sent an email and was wanting to know about our barn.
Yeah.
And in their email, they said, y'all had mentioned that it was going to be the end of February.
Right.
And February's long since gone. And I was like, I looked at my watch and I thought, show has.
Man, I mean, March is just.
We're 3 weeks into March.
Yeah, it's fixing to be over.
It's fixing to be over. I don't know where it went.
I ain't got a clue.
It's back there somewhere.
I guess the whole puppy situation kind of.
I guess that's what it is. We say puppy situation, but if you guys watch us, you know that we took in 2 puppies.
Yeah.
And one of them, Rocky, was not well.
No.
He was a sick little fella, and he beat Parvo.
They sure beat it.
He beat it,
Beat
and
it.
his brother Bandit never got it. So
What's that saying? Beat it like a rented goat. You
I've never heard that.
Y'all let me know if you ever heard that. That's
Beat it like a rented goat.
Beat it. I know that sounds terrible.
It does sound terrible.
But that's an old saying. I've heard that before. Beat it like a rented goat.
I've never heard it.
Yeah, and it usually deals with sports. Like, we beat that team like a rented goat.
I don't care what it
Yeah.
refers to. Rocky beat it.
He did. He's like Michael Jackson.
Rocky beat it. Now,
he did.
I don't know how long it's been since we felt like he was out of the woods.
Yeah.
Probably a couple of weeks, I guess.
Mhm.
Maybe Sunday will be a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
No, he got sick on a Tuesday. So today would probably be a couple of weeks from the beginning.
The first video came out was March the 1st.
Oh, my goodness. So 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Never heard that. Never heard that, Jason.
Okay, man.
Never heard that. And I see what happened to Auburn. We're not Auburn fans. We are Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Alabama's still hanging in there. But
They are.
back to the puppies.
Mhm.
Yeah, 21 days has flown by, and I think you're right. I think it has to do with us being totally involved in getting Rocky back to being 100%.
I guess so. I guess that's where it's from. I reckon.
And, he doesn't seem as high energy, I guess. So I don't know how to put it, but he's not on the same level as his brother,
But
and
you
I don't
know
know
what?
if he ever will be.
Yeah, but you know what?
What?
I think that's his personality.
It may be. I don't know what the reasoning is,
Yeah.
but he made it, and he seems just as healthy as he can be.
How much does Rocky weigh now?
Rocky weighs 18 pounds.
18 pounds.
Rocky weighs 18 pounds. And
When he was sick, he was 11.
11 pounds. So 7 pounds is a good bit.
Yeah. Yeah. He's doing good.
In 3 weeks.
That's right. Doing good.
Yeah. Bandit. Y'all just guess how much Bandit weighs. Bandit is the bigger of the 2 puppies. And when we got the puppies and we took them to the vet, Rocky weighed 11, Bandit weighed 13. There's only 2 pounds difference initially.
Really?
So guess how much Bandit weighs now. Guess how much Bandit weighs now. I'm seeing a lot of 25s. I'm seeing some 29s. I'm seeing a winner. What's her name? Cindy Ebling Cox. You are the winner at 28 pounds.
He's a big
Bandit
boy.
weighs 28 pounds, which is 10 pounds heavier than Rocky. And let me tell you, when you pick that big boy up, he feels like he weighs 50.
He's like solid too. It's not like it's a big old. And he is solid.
I think it's the fact that he's not able to help you. Not that Rocky is able to help us.
Yeah.
It's just, so to speak, dead weight. There's no helping you.
I mean, he's solid.
I could promise you he feels like he's picking up 250-pound.
He's probably a Great Dane.
Well, the test is in the mail, so if you didn't see that, it takes
Test is in the mail.
2 to 4
Yep,
weeks.
That's right.
To get the results back.
Yep.
So yeah, there's Holly. We're hanging out just like y'all are, waiting on that DNA. We
Yeah.
could have went ahead and did the test and results in one video. What fun is that?
That's
we
right.
had to show y'all doing
That's
the test.
right.
And Rocky, he's got to have his teeth brushed. He just loved that DNA.
He did.
Swabbing his gum.
He did.
He just sat there, and I don't think I could have done as well as what he did.
He enjoyed it. Bandit a little bit, but not as much as Rocky.
Well, you
did.
know why Bandit didn't enjoy it?
Why?
Cause if I had not brushed my teeth
Oh.
and had that much food in my gum line, I'd be kind
Oh,
of
it
hesitant
is.
to do it too.
Oh.
Holly's
man.
right back here. She's
You can see her through the crack of my
we
chair.
gave
right
her
there.
something to occupy her.
Yeah,
Holly's paw is good.
it's good.
We're just, trying to take care of her and keep her off of it as much as possible.
Right.
Although,
And we've talked to the vet about it and all that, so we're
it's
good.
good.
We're good on Holly's
She's gonna be okay.
Yep.
Bandit looks like about 28 pounds to me too. Yeah, he does. He's a big boy.
That's right.
They look like Mastiff. Hey, they may be. I've never
gosh.
seen a Mastiff in person.
Okay,
Have you?
Mm-mm.
Here's Holly. Here's Holly.
We
Y'all
have-
see who she came to. I think she's starting she's starting to feel like she made the wrong choice.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have chose Jason. She should have chose that lady. That's okay. You got two. You got a mama and a daddy. I was just kidding, y'all. Don't take it to heart.
That's right.
No, you
No. Don't
She
you-
wants everybody to say hello to her, and she gets a little jealous when the boys get their turn
Come
about talk.
Get down. There you
Okay, where's your bone at,
Yeah.
baby?
go. Did
Oh.
she chew it?
No, I see it still over there on the
Okay.
corner.
She's not done with it yet. No. Don't come through there. Don't come through there, baby. No. Don't come through there.
Yeah, Holly does need some farm boots. I have a feeling she wouldn't wear them because when the accident first happened, and Jason came in and said Holly's cut her paw, we immediately got it cleaned out, made sure there was nothing in it, and tried to bandage it,
Yeah.
which didn't last very
Right.
long. And the vet said as long as that they wouldn't treat it anyway, they would not suture a pad,
Right.
and that's good to know because it stopped bleeding almost.
Beat it like I ran a mule. I was wrong. Not a
Okay.
goat. A mule. Sorry. I was close.
Oh, goodness.
I was close.
Oh, goodness. Pyrenees Mastiffs I'm seeing.
Ooh.
Bear,
Yeah.
who was our old Pyrenees that
Mhm.
passed away from old age, I always thought he was supposedly 100% Great Pyrenees. I always felt like Bear was a Saint Bernard.
Yeah. Slobber. Oh my gosh.
I've never been around a
Woo!
Pyrenees that slobbered like Bear did.
He was terrible.
And I'm not saying it's a genetic thing because it may not be. But when I see a Saint Bernard, they have those big old gums,
God.
and you always seem to see slobber hanging out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Bear was supposedly Great Pyrenees, but I don't know. He was a good dog.
Yeah.
He was a good dog. And
Yep.
these boys will be good dogs. I don't care what breed they are.
That's right.
If they're German Shepherd, short hair pointer, pit bull, they're staying here.
Yep. They'll be perfect.
They'll be perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so check it out.
So we have a new shirt, y'all. I think when I moved it down, I didn't.
Well, it
people
made
probably
me
didn't
wanna-
see her head. I mean, the back. They could see more of Holly too. But we do have a new shirt that's out. Just put it out. This may be my favorite shirt ever. Favorite Coghill shirt ever. It's all got root vegetables on it, and it says "Let's root for each other." And I love this shirt.
Yes,
Love it. This is by far probably my favorite shirt.
I think it's very meaningful.
Yes,
Because it's just something that portrays to us.
it does.
We want to help all of you. We want to help everybody out there, and we need to root for each other.
That's right.
Because if we don't look out for each other in this world, we're not going to get very far.
Right.
We're not going to get very far.
So yeah, this is they're on our website, cockhillfarm.com. There's a Spreadshirt's the one that does our shirts. It's a company that's tied with YouTube, and they do most all the YouTubers shirts. Is a big company, and they handle all the shirts. I mean, me and Brooke couldn't do it. It was just impossible for us to do it. We did it early on. We would ship the shirts out ourselves, and we had a company that printed them, and we ordered them in bulk, and it's just impossible.
Well,
it's impossible.
I want to give a shout out
I don't know how she does it.
to DJ Arms.
I don't know how DJ does it. I don't know how she does it, but whew.
DJ obviously enjoys doing it,
Yes.
or she wouldn't be doing it.
Right.
Because it's not something that I would enjoy doing.
Right.
And that's why we're all built differently.
Yes.
We're all built to have different likes and interests. And yeah, mine's a V-neck. I can't do it. And I'm so glad that I have the knowledge in my noggin to say I can't do it.
Yeah.
Because it's something that would worry me sick.
It is. It's I don't know how she does it.
I'm somebody that can't be late.
Yeah.
I have to be on time. I have to have everything, checked off my list at the end of the day, so to speak. And that would just drive me crazy.
Yeah, it would be crazy. But Spreadshirt's the one that does our shirts. And so we get a small commission when they do one. But Spreadshirt actually has a sale going on.
That's what I was fixing to say.
Yeah. And it ends tomorrow. It's 20% off. So if you wanted to go check it out, just go to our website. Jacqueline and Zach Head somehow or another tied our shirt from Spreadshirt to our website because they're geniuses. And so you can just go to our website and look at all our merchandise there, and 20% off. It ends tomorrow though.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mary Carl could figure that out because she's been doing percentages, and
She has. That's been the last 2 weeks. The math has been percentages.
we were in a store the other day, and I go straight to the sale rack. I'm not going to buy anything that's not on sale. And this was a really good sale rack. It was at Bass Pro Shop. And Jason needed some swimming shorts because, we just don't have time to go swimming. So all of his swimming shorts were too big, if you can believe that. And we got rid of all of them.
Yeah.
When you work 24 hours a day in the garden, you lose weight.
You do lose weight.
So this man right here didn't have any drawers, so to speak.
I didn't have any swimming.
So at Bass Pro, there was a good sale, and they said they were on sale till March 22nd. That's 2 days.
Oh, I thought that was the 21st.
No, that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. 20. Okay,
Yeah.
You said it right. They're just reconfirming it.
Yeah.
But I made Mary Carl figure it immediately. I said, okay, this is marked this price, but
Yeah.
it's an additional 20% off, and then 15% on top of that. So you figure that for me. And she looked at me like homeschool was over hours ago, and I don't need to know how to do this. And I said, but it's for your daddy.
Yeah.
So
I'm the
Jason,
math teacher.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the drawers were for
Yep.
you too. The swimming
The
drawers.
swimming drawers were for me too.
So we got some swimming drawers on sale.
We did.
Speaking of swimming drawers,
Yep.
can I tell y'all something? You just gonna have to sit back for just a second because this is funny.
Okay.
So y'all know if you've gotten your driver's license renewed here lately, I guess this is every state, right?
Yeah, it is every state. Yep.
Every state.
Yep.
So, my driver's license expired March the 1st,
Mm-hmm. 2023.
and it had our old address on it. And I did not want my old address on my driver's license because every time I had to show it, my address doesn't match my checks or whatever. So I wanted to get that changed. And I went up there and I told them I didn't tell them I wanted to get the star on it.
Mm-hmm.
I told them that I needed to get my driver's license renewed. And they said, okay, do you want to get the star put on your driver's license? And I said, well, what does that mean? And they
You're
said,
a superstar.
in 2025, you're going to have the star put on your license in order to fly anywhere. Mary Carl was with me. Mary Carl looked at me and she said, Mama, you know good and well you are not flying anywhere.
Yeah.
And my thoughts are, 2 years from now, I may forget about that experience I had when I flew to Oklahoma last year,
Mm-hmm.
and I may decide to fly somewhere. So in order for me to fly, I have to get that star. Mary Carl, she's just tried her best to convince me that I was not flying anywhere, that I had been in line. How long had I been there? At least an hour. I'd been in driver's license line for at least an hour. While I was there, I wanted to get the boating.
Yeah.
Is it a V?
I forget what it's called.
You get some kind of mark put on your license saying you can drive a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was just something that I wanted. Something that I had strived to do was get my boating license. Next is my CDL, boating license first.
No motorcycle, though.
No motorcycle. So I told the lady that I wanted to get my boater's license put on my driver's license. But the star, I would just pass on it. Are you sure? And I said, yes. I've been, I didn't want to go into detail and make it sound like her fault.
Yeah.
I'd been sitting there for an hour and I'd have to go back home
Right.
and get 2 documents of mail with my address on it, my original birth certificate, not a copy, my original birth certificate, and something with my social security number on it or my social security card, which I don't have my social security card. I don't know where it is. So that was a W-2. Is that what they call that thing? Or a 1099?
Something like that. Something with taxes.
Something with tax stuff on it. And so I had that. Well, I said, I'm just not going to do it today because I don't have time. So I'm just going to get my license and be done with it. So I did all my license stuff. I took my test and took my boater's license test. I had studied in this book now. It was a little pamphlet. I read every page from front to back. Took the test. It was 25 questions for the boater's test, and I failed it. I failed the boater's test. Mary Carl's sitting right beside me. She got a little chuckle out of it, and I hung my head because I was like, if I had not ever looked at this book, I wouldn't be so concerned about me failing it. But I studied for it, and I'm not leaving here until I pass it. And so the lady was nice as she could be. She said, you can take it as many times as you want to. It's $5 every time you take it. If you take it online, it's $40, and it takes you a long time. Jason took his many, many moons ago, took it online, and he said it took him like 48 hours to take it.
It was hard online. And man, that was probably 20, I forget how many years ago it was. It was a long time ago.
So she talked me into taking it again. And so I took it again. And this time, in between me taking the first and second test, I flipped through the book and I went over the answers that I missed. And I thought I had everything, just so. But this time the questions were different. It felt like, I don't know how many new questions it was, but it felt like 25 new questions. And I failed it again. And I said, I am not believing this. I just failed this twice. And so the lady there again, Mary Carl's like, Mama, let's just go. Let's just go. I said, no, I am not leaving here until I pass this test. So I read the book again. The lady assures me, she said, I had to take every test that they offer before I could have this job. And I failed it too.
Really?
And she said, I failed it too. She had to take the CDL. She had to take the motorcycle. She had to take the boater's test.
Yeah.
She had to take everything. And she failed it. And I was like, okay, well, that makes me feel better. So at this point, the line's caught up and she feels sorry for me. So we studied together for a little bit. And she asked me some questions, and she goes over the ones that I, missed because they're not going to be the same the third time.
Right.
And I said, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm not leaving here until I pass this test. So guess what? I took it for the third time, and I passed.
Third time's the charm.
I passed passed my test.
Third
So,
time's the charm.
I was so happy I passed my test, but then I was mad because I wasn't getting the star. And so Mary Carl said, Mama, I'm not coming back with you. The lady said, you have 24 hours to bring the documents back.
Yep.
Well, that office is only open Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yep.
This was a Thursday.
Uh-huh.
They were closed that Friday. I had to come back that day. And I had to come back within an hour because they were closing.
Right.
Mary Carl said, I'm not coming back with you. And I said, well, that's okay. Jason had the documents sitting out for me, ready and waiting when I got back.
I did.
He had the tax pages.
Yes.
He had found my birth
I
certificate.
did.
And we had 2 pieces of mail. So I went back and I got my star.
And so you can fly and I can't.
I can fly. I can drive a boat.
I can drive a boat.
And I can drive a car. So next stop
CDL.
is a CDL.
CDL.
And if I fail it 3 times,
CDL's expensive though.
I think it's like $85.
To look that up, I thought they increased it.
Oh,
a whole
you know
bunch.
what? I think they did to like 500.
Yeah.
I may not get my CDL. I may not.
You better study for that one.
I may just go with the motorcycle.
You better study for that one. Oh my gracious.
I'm gonna shut up for the next 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, there was some a lot of people. I say a lot of people. Several people. We got a lot of messages on me talking about azaleas in the
Oh
other
yeah,
video.
yeah.
And
I'm talking.
number one, if you never follow us from the beginning, our old farm, if you didn't know this, old farm, I bet we had 200 azaleas on our old farm.
Probably more than that.
Probably
but
more
you're
than
being you're being, pretty realistic when
Yeah.
you say
It was a lot. And we know azaleas can be poisonous to animals. We've never had an issue before, ever.
not to
ever.
say it couldn't happen in
Not
a
to
blink
say
of
it
an
could
eye.
happen, but I would say that 90% of the homes in the state of Alabama have azaleas.
That's right.
I would even across the street, that house has got azaleas. The house next door has got azaleas. So I mean they're everywhere. So the azaleas would go way back here into this woodland garden over here, and we probably only plant 10 or 20-ish,
Yes.
something like that.
Not to
So-
say that one azalea couldn't
Yeah.
do harm to an animal, but our animals, which are this way right
Yeah.
now, are eventually going to be that way.
Yeah, and so the chances of a goat or a cow getting out and coming all the way around here and going straight to there and eating enough azaleas that would harm them would be slim to none. I mean, we got poisonous trees in our woods. We know that are native. We have buckeye, which is poisonous to animals. We had horse eat buckeye one
We
time.
did.
It's native, so it's growing everywhere. So I just really don't think we're gonna have an issue with 10 or 20 azaleas here on the farm. And there were some people worried about the bees getting in it and making honey.
Oh, I talked to Tanya about that last night.
What'd she say?
Okay, she said rhododendrons,
Yes.
there may be a slight concern,
Uh-huh.
but azaleas are of no concern. Rhododendrons, we do not grow well
Well,
here.
say he's a rhododendron.
Well, it is, but it's not. It's
Not the type.
not the type.
Yes.
Exactly.
So this is an article that I have found and that talks about it. And it says there are over 700 different species of rhododendron in the world. And according through tests, there are only 3 that have, and I can't say this word at all, in the nectar. And that's what causes, they call it mad honey, is what they call
okay.
it. Yep.
I've never heard of
With
such.
that, and the dilution comes from the fact that ornamental bushes in people's gardens are a very, very tiny, minute part of a bee's working diet and working area. Azaleas should be perfectly safe for the home garden. So that was an article written. I don't know where I found that from, but it was in either Garden Magazine or a Beekeepers magazines where I found that from. I searched it. But so we should be completely fine with growing azaleas, especially the native azaleas that are already growing in our area anyway. So
Mhm.
we should be perfectly fine.
And I
Yeah.
did. I didn't even. I forgot to tell you that I was so curious as to what
Yes,
Tanya's
Tanya.
opinion was
Yeah.
on planting azaleas.
Right.
That I asked her last night, and well, there's no point in me reading it. But anyway, she said there's no worries.
Yep.
So
Right.
they're Tanya's bees. We just let
Right.
her keep them at our property.
Yep.
And we have been feeding them because obviously in the winter months
Yep.
they have a little harder time to find what they need to produce honey. And so we've been helping out by supplementing the bees' feed.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have to come here all the time, and she doesn't live near here. So she's about to, but she doesn't yet. So you want me to tell about my?
Well, I was going to say too that our other farm, you know, we like I said, we had 200. If y'all ever watched our videos, they were everywhere. And we would let our goats out, and they would walk around or whatever, and we never had any issues whatsoever. So
Yes.
again, the chances of a goat coming here and not we got black cherry trees on our property. We know that, which are
Poisonous.
poisonous to goats. We got finger rot. So I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff that we got Johnson grass that grows
That's right.
everywhere. So
we will do
yeah.
the best that we can.
Absolutely.
And we will never put any animal in danger.
Yes.
It's not like we're going to plant azaleas inside a fenced area. We know better than do that.
Right.
But we'll take every precaution necessary to not let any animal come in contact with any poisonous plant.
Right.
But we thank you guys for thinking of our
Absolutely
precious
Yep.
animals.
That's right.
Somebody said goats know what to eat, not to eat. Well, we would have thought that too about our horse.
Yeah, we had a horse that ate Buckeye one time. It
And
was a
he-
mini horse. Yeah.
He can't.
Yep.
Jason had won a trip to San Francisco, California, and Mary Carl was 2 years old. Her little horse was in a mess the
Mhm.
day before we were going on our trip, and he had to have just oodles of mineral oil pumped through him so he would in turn get that mess out
Yeah,
of
that's
him.
right.
And he showed out to be fine, thank goodness, but we did catch it early, and we did know exactly what he ate,
Yeah.
which helped a lot.
Right.
Because had he been in the azalea area, I guess we would have said, he probably ate the azalea, but we knew what he ate because we knew the Buckeye had been eaten. We didn't know it was in there
Right.
initially, but things happen.
Yeah, the
and
wild Buckeye is everywhere, and it's beautiful too. Hummingbirds absolutely love the Buckeye. But yeah, it's like I said, the chances of them going over there and
I
eating
gotta
the whole
sneeze.
azalea would be like the chances of going
excuse me.
in the woods behind us and finding a black cherry tree or
Yeah.
a maple tree or whatever.
So things
yeah,
happen,
Yeah.
and we'll do the best we can.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we appreciate y'all letting us know.
absolutely.
Um,
So go ahead about your bees.
has it been 20 minutes? It hadn't been but 6 minutes. I can't talk about this yet. Y'all want to hear about my bees?
Oh my gracious.
Y'all want to hear about my bees?
This was rough.
Okay. So yesterday, I've been feeding these bees for quite some time.
Yes.
Jason has done a couple of reels about them. We've added it to the video.
I've helped feed the bees.
You've helped feed the bees.
No issues. And everybody always says, I can't believe they don't sting y'all. I can't believe they don't sting y'all. And it's mainly because we're going behind them
Mm-hmm.
and we're not opening up the hives. So they don't feel really any danger. So
It's like it's a little holder on the front that's
Yeah.
made for a jar to be turned upside down.
Yeah.
In turn, where the sugar water leaks out of holes that are in the top
right.
of the mason jar. All right. So, every time they're empty, I fill them up.
Mhm.
Now we've swapped to a 1-to-1 honey mixture, which it was 2-to-1, meaning 2 parts sugar to 1 part water.
Not
Now
honey
it's
mixture.
sugar
Water mixture.
for the okay. So now we've swapped to a 1-to-1 mixture, which is just what you feed your hummingbirds.
Yeah.
1 part sugar, 1 part water. The same day is always late afternoon. I'm preparing to feed the bees. Mary Carl says she's going to go with me. She's going to help me. So I mixed up the bee mixture. I drive the side by side over to the hives like I've done oodles of time. I park in the back behind the hives, pour my jars. I get 6 of them poured, and Mary Carl says, Mom, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I said, okay, that's fine. So she starts filling up hives. And she comes back and she says, I'm not doing that one. And I said, why? And she says, too many bees. And I said, okay, I get it. Don't worry about it. So it's 8 hives. So I fill up the last 2 jars and I set them aside and I set my bucket up and I go and I put the next to the last jar on with no problem. I look over and there are a good many bees.
Mm-hmm.
Just springtime. Temperatures were pretty low though. They were in the 50s, which I don't feed them if temperatures are below 50. In the 50s, they were more active than what they probably should have been, but it still didn't think anything about it. I put the jar in and immediately bees start coming at me. And I said, oh my gracious. I looked just like I do right now. I had on a long sleeve shirt, pants, no veil. Done this 1,000 times.
Seems like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And bees start coming after me. Mary Carl's standing there, and I told her to go on. I said, just go on. She said, okay. So she starts walking the opposite direction, and I can feel them in my head, in my hair. And it felt like I had hairspray. It felt like I had hairspray in my hair. And I guess it was because I had sugar water on my hands.
I bet so.
And I was trying to, your instinct is to try to get them out.
Mm-hmm.
That buzzing sound was multiplied times 1,000 because they're all in my hair. I'm telling Mary Carl, go, just walk on. Mom, what do you want me to do? Well, I can't even concentrate as to what I want her to do because I'm trying to get turn her around. I'm trying to get the bees out of my hair. I'm going towards the house walking while I have the beep beep still sitting there with a little bit of sugar water in the back. I'm yelling at Mary Carl to just get the beep beep.
Mm-hmm.
Just get the beep beep. And she didn't understand how many times I was getting stung, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think, nor did she understand. I don't know what she thought, but she didn't comprehend what I was telling her.
Right.
I'm telling her to go, to drive, to come get me on the beep beep. That's the side by side, to go home. She didn't get it. I got the bees all in my hair. I can feel one up my shirt. I have walked probably to about where the barn's going to be built. And by this point, I'm frantic because she doesn't understand what I'm telling her.
Right.
Mama, what do you want me to do? I said, Mary Carl, please. And I'm just about in tears.
Right.
I said, please just get the beep beep and drive over here and get me.
Uh-huh.
And she did. And she apologized over and over because she couldn't understand what I was saying. She didn't know that I wanted her to come pick me up. She drives me and I'm saying, could you go just a little bit faster? She's 13, but she is in no way a daredevil.
Yeah.
She does everything by the book and she's going very slow. And I'm like, just gas on it. Because I couldn't get them out of my head.
Yeah.
And it felt like they were stinging me over and over and over again. But they weren't because they can only sting one time. And I get home, I get in the house, I yell at Jason, who's upstairs, that I've been stung. I don't know how many times. I've been stung a lot. And he comes down, and bees are loose in the house by this time.
Yeah, they were.
They're loose in the house. We get the one out of my shirt that had stung me, and I just sat down on the floor, and I just cried. It was hurting so bad. And Jason, of course, is saying, do we need to go to the hospital? And I'm like, look, just let me sit here for a minute because I felt like I was going to throw up. And we started looking through my head and finding stingers. And Mary Carl had a clear glass like what you're drinking out of.
She did.
She had tweezers and she's pulling the stingers out, putting them in the glass. I've been stung a lot of times in the past. We had some mean bees at Little Cog.
Yeah.
Mean bees. I've been stung by honeybees a lot. I've been stung by yellow jackets a lot.
Uh-huh.
But this was the worst pain I've ever felt.
Reckon because it's in your head?
I've never been stung in my head before until yesterday. And you told me that's the first place they go for.
Yeah, the honeybees go straight for your head. Yeah.
Well, I don't know how many times I got stung yesterday.
Right.
It was yesterday. And I finally got myself back to sorts. I didn't throw up. I realized that my throat wasn't closing up. We got me some ibuprofen, got all the stingers out. And last night I was fine.
Put a bag of peas on your head.
Put a bag of peas on my head.
Frozen
It didn't
peas.
really do any good because the peas only cover this part.
Yeah.
And y'all, I was stung everywhere.
Yeah.
I washed my hair last night. And when I washed my hair, I was just like this. I was like, okay, so I'm washing it. So if it doesn't look brushed to y'all, I'm sorry. It doesn't feel real good. Doesn't feel real good today, but hey, I'm here, and I am not going to feed those girls again without wearing a veil.
Yeah.
I told Tanya last night, I said, that pink hive come after me today. And she said, "Oh no." She said, "I hope they hadn't swarmed." Hey, Foxy. I hope they hadn't swarmed. Well, I didn't think anything about anything being wrong with the reason that they, may have come after me.
I don't know.
But she said a lot of times when they swarm, they get prissy.
I guess before they swarm, because once they swarm and are gone,
Well, she
they're
said, I
very
hope they
docile.
haven't swarmed.
Yeah,
Because they would be looking for a queen.
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But
I don't know. But generally, if you find you a swarm that's got that tight ball,
she had just gotten one. She got stung on the lip.
they're generally docile because they don't have a hive to protect.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, docile or not docile,
Yeah.
I am wearing that veil. If I have to drive my car down the road and go that direction,
Well, if I could get us some bee suits,
I don't need it. Well, I shouldn't say that.
yeah.
I was about to say I don't need a bee suit, but I need that veil.
Need the veil. We got the veil.
I need the veil, and I've never worn it before because
we never had any issue.
And I know you can become allergic.
Yeah.
Allergic to bees.
Well, I kept
just like that.
I kept asking you questions that I was supposed to ask over and over and over again. So if you told me something that I thought was suspicious, we went to the doctor.
Well, the only thing that came up that was a little bit different than what I normally experienced was I felt like I was going to throw up. And I didn't. I didn't throw up, and it passed. And y'all, I didn't take a Benadryl last night. I didn't take anything but ibuprofen to help control the pain, and I made it. I had to get up and TT, of course. But when I did, I felt a little sore. But it wasn't anything I couldn't deal with.
Right.
So that's over and done with. It'll never happen again.
Well, usually honeybees, the initial pain hurts. It's not like a wasp or yellow jacket where it kind of lingers on. Usually after that first hour or so, it kind of dies.
And it did.
Out. Yeah.
It's sore.
Yeah.
And it's raised up spots all over my head. And you know what? When I woke up this morning, it was itching.
Was it?
And I felt like, how am I supposed to itch this when it's sore?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to itch something that's sore?
Yeah.
But this one that's on my stomach, which is the only one that I got stung other than my head, it is. I can't imagine what they look like in my head because the one on my stomach is wept up like this.
Y'all hear Scott?
No, I'm not showing my stomach.
No, I said you want to shave your head.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, do you want to show your stomach?
I thought you guys may have heard Scott. Did y'all hear Scott? Scott's prancing now. I guess y'all may have saw it in the last video. He's his tail is back and he is in full force.
Mama made the comment yesterday when he was doing his, commotion. She said, "Oh, it's been a minute since I heard that."
Oh yeah, it's time.
He's back at it.
He is back at it.
I see him.
I don't know if he's got his tail up.
No, he's probably something, made him. Usually, if we make a noise or something, then it kind of triggers him. But yep.
Oh, Scott is back.
Yep. I'm gonna wear a bee suit when I cut grass. I'm gonna wear a bee suit when I drive down the road. It was nothing funny.
Yeah, it wasn't funny.
Maycross said, "Mom, have you ever been stung that many times before?" And I said, "Yes, I have." And
Yellow Jackets
got me, and I looked like Forrest Gump running down the road at the old place.
Man,
the only thing I could think of was I was going in the creek. I was running to the creek, and that creek wasn't deep enough to cover me.
No, it wasn't deep enough to cover you. And them yellow jackets can sting you more than once.
I got stung a lot.
They nasty. They are nasty. And you know what blows my mind about yellow jackets? Do y'all know what yellow jackets' number one predator is?
A raccoon?
Skunk.
Oh.
A skunk can dig up a yellow jacket nest and get in there and get them. And I don't know why. I don't know if they're immune to the stings or don't bother them or what. But man, I've been covered in yellow jackets before, and they ain't fun. But the skunk, just like I can't figure out yet. I'm gonna have to time lapse it or something next time we move the egg mobile in the area that may have an ant bed in it.
Oh,
because the chickens annihilate that ant bed,
well,
and there's nothing left.
Not good for them. But
I can't get rid of them. I can't get rid of the ant beds before I put the chickens in there.
No, because we don't want them to eat the poison.
No,
I think it's just part of nature, though.
I mean, they took that ant bed.
Yes, yellow jackets are in the ground.
Yeah.
And I was cleaning up some property at the old place, and I had the little tractor. Do y'all remember that little tractor? I had that little tractor up on the hillside, cleaning debris just about like I did on this hillside
Yeah.
over here. And I went across a yellow jacket nest, and boy, I mean, they lit me up.
Yeah, yellow
If
jackets.
I didn't have to go to the hospital during that episode,
Yeah.
Do you remember me telling you how many
Oh,
times
yeah.
I'd been stung?
Yeah, yellow jackets don't play.
My arms and legs got covered. I probably still have scars from as many stings as I had.
Yellow jackets and those the red wasps or the guinea wasps.
Yes, I've been stung by those multiple times.
They hurt. They hurt way worse than honeybees do.
I don't want to. I don't want to be bit by
But
anything.
they all hurt. They all hurt.
Anytime in the near future, I don't need to be stung or bit by anything.
No snakes, no mice, no rats.
I found
Nothing.
a little snake that I had ran over when I was
Yeah,
doing my
that's
cleaning
right.
up over here, and he was not alive when I found him. And I don't know how I saw the little booger, but I had taken him half in two by accident, but he was only about that long. And I can't tell a poisonous snake from a non-poisonous snake. I would let him stay there if I'd seen him, because I'm in their territory.
You said in my pen.
Well, I have a pen up here, so we won't worry
I
about it.
just want Holly to get it. She'd be done chewed that thing up, be ink everywhere.
Though my thoughts were, okay, little booger, here you are, and you're not alive, but your mom and daddy are, and I'm gonna get out of here before I meet them, because I did not want to meet them.
Yeah.
And this was the day before yesterday, so that would have been, well, I didn't get bit, so.
The bad thing about them being in your head is that you really couldn't, we couldn't put nothing on them because your hair was covering everything up, and it was hard to
And I
find them,
could
put them
not
in there.
get the bees out of my head.
You know what? Every time I think about being stung by a bee, I think about being a kid, and either it was a parent or grandparent, a neighbor, somebody would take that cigarette and bust it open
Yeah,
and wet that tobacco
yeah.
and put it on the stinger.
And it may help, but we would have never found.
You would have had chunks of tobacco all in your
We
head.
would have. I'd be doing this live ball headed, because that would have been the way to get to one.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I didn't have a allergic reaction.
Do you remember somebody taking a cigarette
Oh
and taking
yeah,
tobacco?
yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Gosh, I even think I remember doing it since when we lived at Cog Hill.
Maybe
Your
so.
daddy had smoked at the time, and he
Yeah.
quit, and I'm sure he, put a cigarette or two on me, or tobacco.
They said potatoes work well.
I'm done with stings. I'm not getting stung anymore. So y'all remember potatoes when y'all get stung, because I'm not going to get stung.
Mud. We could put mud in your head.
Yeah, we could do all kind of things, but I'm not getting stung again. It's over. I'm healed. I'm itching, but I healed.
Miss Ruth says she got bees in her head when she was a kid, and it was not fun.
It's not anything I'm going to forget very soon. It's just, ugh, it was I just sat down on the floor. I didn't really know. Yeah, I forgot a tea bag too.
It's always tobacco. Because back then, when we were kids, everybody smoked.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody smoked. And so, it wasn't like that you didn't have no tobacco around.
That's
Everybody
right.
could whip out and have tobacco back in. And you was
wasn't hard to come
fix
by.
that. Was not hard to come by back then at all.
Jump in the pond. Ooh,
Ooh, that's cold. I
was
can't think about how cold it would be.
I was a minute away from the pond. I sure was hoping Mary Carl would pick me up before I made it to the pond, and thankfully she did.
I did have a friend. I'll see a lot of people saying meat tenderizer. I had a friend that lived in our neighborhood who put meat tenderizer on one of my bee stings one time when I got stung by a bee. I remember that. But is that something that, you don't hear meat tenderizer, people using meat tenderizer when they cook anymore?
I see. What I remember is going to the beach, and jellyfish were a big, thing you got stung by.
Mm-hmm.
And now, if you go to the beach, which we hadn't been in 15 years,
it seems like it, don't it?
Not really. Well, we haven't been anywhere in a very long time. Everybody has a jar of vinegar on the beach with them.
They do.
Because they say it takes the sting out of the
neutralizes
jellyfish.
it, yep.
I don't know if it does or not. The last time we did go, which was a long, long, long time ago, we all got stung by jellyfish.
We did.
But it wasn't like one big giant sting.
It was like a loose
tentacle
floating around, and it would get you.
Get you. But yeah, I remember being little and golly, my whole leg would be wrapped
Hurt.
up in the jellyfish.
Hurt.
Because now I think my little peepers are peeled out the whole time, thinking I'm going to get stung.
You know, I went to and this is crazy. I went to a Christian retreat one time at the beach, and with the church, and they had a meeting with all of us in there, and they said if you get stung by a jellyfish, you're not going to believe what they told you to do.
Urinate on it.
Yes,
I've heard that too.
but you're on a public beach. How is that even possible?
I guess maybe you just carry some urine in a jar with you.
I thought, how are you going to do that?
I
And it'd be
don't know.
much worse for a female too.
Well, that
I
lady.
couldn't
remember last
believe that. I
week-
just blew my mind. Where
Remember-
are you going to do that at?
Remember last week when we talked about the girl in front of us that had to go so bad?
I guess so.
And she just pulled her britches down
Yeah.
right there on the highway and,
Yeah.
and TT'd on the side of the road. I guess that's what they want you to do.
I don't know. That's what they said at the it was in Panama City. I don't know if that place is still open anymore, but maybe that's why.
I bet it was that place that I stayed at with my church.
Every church went there.
That green place. It was green and
They had it looked like
A
an
slide.
old timey hotel. It was like different
Had an
rooms
indoor pool.
everywhere. No, we didn't have an indoor pool.
this place did.
This place.
This was where all the churches stayed.
This one didn't have an indoor pool though.
Okay.
This one was like you walked in 1970 when you walked there.
Well, I just remember it being dark on the inside and it was one big wide open room and we just
Yeah.
slept in sleeping bags laying on the floor.
And then the other thing they told you is put wet sand on there and take a she shell and scrape it to get the stingers out. That sounds like that wouldn't be hurting you. Snuff, I bet snuff would work because a lot of grandmas did snuff.
Yep. When Mary Carl was really young, Mama gave us a Christmas gift that was to Discovery Cove in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, that's right.
So it was all of our Christmas present that year. We went to Disney for the first time. Was it the
That was
first?
the second time.
The second time we
Mhm.
ever took Mary Carl to Disney, and we went to this place called Discovery Cove. The reason that she bought the ticket there was because it had birds galore, and she knew Mary Carl loved the birds. Well, they also had a tropical oasis that was to mimic a reef,
Mm-hmm.
like in the ocean, but it was, man-made. So in this man-made reef, you put on a wetsuit, and they gave you snorkeling gear and such as that. So you snorkeled in this little indoor, and it wasn't indoor, heated tropical reef that had stingray, all kind of tropical fish. And we were like, oh, Mary Carl's going to love this. It's awesome. I mean, it was incredible. It was an incredible sight. And Mary Carl was terrified.
Yeah, they of course they weren't gonna hurt anybody, but
The barbs had been removed or whatever
something,
they did.
or either they weren't stingrays, they were
Manta rays.
manta ray. I don't know. They were not gonna hurt anybody.
But y'all, I have never seen her so terrified in all my live long days.
Yeah.
She was clinging to us just like this. And of course, we didn't stay there.
Right.
We got out immediately. But there were little kids that were all in there. And she was probably, 5 maybe?
Yeah, probably so.
5 or so. She had no interest in being in there with the things. She was terrified. So, we talk about that from time to time, and she tells me she doesn't even remember it.
She doesn't remember the Discovery Cove.
But she remembers the birds. But she doesn't remember
Being scared of
being
the
or
rays.
swimming with them.
Huh. That's crazy.
And there was a shark enclosure that was in that same reef, but they were behind like plexiglass or whatever,
Mhm,
and you had to swim down. But you were kind of in the deep part
mhm.
of that area where the stingrays were kind of congregating to the front of it. And we did get her to go down and see the sharks without pushing her. She
Right.
wanted to do that.
Oh yeah,
so,
yeah.
I
That's pretty cool.
don't think she remembers that part either. She just remembers the birds.
Just remembers the birds. I wonder why.
I wonder why too.
Some people are saying Holly's limping. Yeah, Holly's limping. If you didn't miss the last video, she cut her foot, but she's okay.
Holly cut her pad on the
Pad.
bottom of her foot, and she's okay.
Yep.
She's been taken care of. She's had it seen about, so no worries about.
Hmm. She's just sore. It's but she's fine. She's
She's
fine.
as fast on 3 legs as she is on 4.
Y'all probably seen her run. She can run.
She can
She
run pretty
doesn't even-
fast.
Doesn't even bother. And you have no clue. It's just amazing how
We've
animals
tried
are.
to get her to slow down, but we
Yeah.
can't keep her locked up. And the vet said, just do the best we can.
Yeah.
Keep her out of the
That's
wooded
right.
areas. And that's what we've been doing.
Yeah.
Here she comes.
Here she comes. And yeah, I tried bandaging in it, put a bandage on it and wrapped her whole leg. And that lasted probably a good 2.5 minutes. She had it off. So
Well-
she wasn't having it. So it's,
You know, I asked the vet, I said,
Yeah.
should it be covered? And
Yeah.
he said, no. He said, because you're actually aiding it to heal if it's
Okay.
not covered. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's a good thing the bandage didn't stick because she didn't need it.
she didn't need it.
The only reason that we thought she needed it was to keep it from bleeding,
Yep.
which we were having a hard time with her. It would stop bleeding
Right.
and then she'd get back on it
Yeah.
because I think she didn't realize how to hold it up at the time.
Yeah. And it's like, like pricking your finger. It just, you know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
she's actually putting a little bit of weight on it today. But
She-
but the vet said it's best if she don't.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
best if she doesn't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're hoping that she keeps
Yeah.
3 legs. Yeah, keeping it clean is a thing. And he also told me that we got a message about this, and I read it to you.
Mhm.
It was a gentleman that sent a message. I believe it was on Facebook because I'm gonna have to go back and find it.
Okay.
About a spray that you can spray on a paw, and it makes the skin a little tougher.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Well, Dr. Holbrook recommended it.
Oh, really?
Yes, he said you.
We need to
can-
have some on hand. Then.
Yes, he
Okay.
said you can get it on Amazon. He said don't do it now.
Okay.
Wait until it's healed over pretty good.
Uh-huh.
He said you can't see that tendon below anymore,
Okay.
and then start spraying that pad because it'll help to toughen it up.
Okay.
He said it'll always be
Okay.
a little different there
Good.
because it's gonna make a scar. The tissue is gonna
I
leave
got
a
you.
leave a little indention. We don't know how she heard it. She
No
just,
idea. I was back there at the greenhouse, and she follows me everywhere, and it's not common for her to just lay down. And I saw her laying down, but I saw blood, and I thought, oh my gosh, Holly's done got something, and I didn't know what she had. I thought she had an animal, but I saw her licking her foot, and then I looked and I saw that it was bleeding, and I cleaned it up immediately then and tried to stop, and I just put pressure on it, and it eventually just stopped.
It eventually stopped.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
Yeah.
because we read that you don't stitch that pad.
Yeah.
I guess if it was really, really, really bad, then they probably would.
Yeah. And he
But-
said you don't stitch it.
Yeah, he said
Yeah.
you don't stitch it. So,
I don't know.
if y'all didn't see my video today,
Mm-hmm.
go check it out. It's Mary Carl and I went grocery shopping.
Yeah.
We went grocery shopping and we bought things for the birds, and we in turn freeze dried those things for the birds. And
And that's something that Mary Carl's been doing for a little while now.
yeah, I told
Yeah.
her, I said, she said, Mama, I need you to take me to the store because we need to get vegetables.
Right.
Well, I knew that was for freeze drying because we've done it. This is probably our 4th process, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times it's been, but we have freeze dried her bird's chop, is what she calls it, multiple times. And it's awesome. It's awesome to be able to rehydrate that dehydrated vegetable.
Mm-hmm.
It's not dehydrated, it's freeze dried. And she can in turn not have to chop up vegetables every morning.
That's right.
I think it gets me a little worried when, she's 13. Yeah, she can use a knife. You just worry as a mom because she doesn't have to do that, but like every 120 days
that's
now
right.
versus every single day.
That's right. That's true. Yeah.
So y'all check it out if you hadn't seen Mrs. Coghill on YouTube or just Coghill Farm on Facebook.
Right. Oh, I was just looking through my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything. I saw somebody asking, is Holly using the doggy door? She could use the doggy door, but once she goes through the doggy door, it goes under a staircase. And,
Y'all know what I said when we built this house?
It's really, really short. Arlo and Gidget, the little dogs can go through it fine, but there's no way Holly could get through there. But Holly is outside with me
I said
99.9% of the time.
when we built this house, and I ordered the doggy door because things were still on back order
They
at
were.
that time. They still are, but
Yeah.
I ordered that doggy door and I told Jason, I said, do you think I should just get the small? And he said, I don't know. That's up to you. Just, see which one you think works best. He kind of lets me take control of that. And I said, well, I'm never having another big dog in the house. here we are. Never say never.
You got Holly.
Got Holly.
Yep.
A lot of people have asked about, have the Victorian crown pigeons laid an egg yet? The answer is no.
Not yet.
But I am amazed.
Uh-huh.
She's been sitting on that nest.
Has she?
Yes. She's been sitting on the nest. She's been testing it out.
Oh,
I took
cool.
a picture of her that you could post the other day.
Uh-huh.
I showed it to Mary Carl, but I didn't show it to you.
Well, send it to me. Shoot it to me and we'll put it on there.
It's, oh gracious. I bet Mary Carl deleted it. All of her pictures from her devices for some reason went to my phone. And I had, it's not there anymore. Well, it was kind of an emergency because I needed space to video, and all her pictures were on my phone for some reason. She did an update and everything of hers came to my phone. Tell a cat story. Okay. So when we lived, we weren't living there. Jason and I lived in town.
Yeah.
Mama lived in the house I grew up in town, and she had a cat that walked into the flower shop where she worked, walked in the back door. On days like this, they'd leave the back doors open, and a cat came in the back door, just like it owned the flower shop that Mama worked. And Mama didn't have, was Dew alive then?
Is it Jizzy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dew was alive.
Okay, so Mama had one dog that was my dog, but Mama took a liking to her just like she does everything else that lives here. And the cat that came in the back door just went straight to Mama. It was just the weirdest thing because she always says, I can't feed another animal. I can't take care of anything else. Mm-hmm. That cat went to her and meowed, and she had herself a cat. So she took the cat home, and the cat she named Jezebel. And I called her Jezza, Hell, because she was never nice to me.
Mean as a snake.
Mean as a snake, but love Mama. Love Mama with all of her heart.
Y'all, you could walk in that house, and that cat would be sitting there like this, and act like she ain't paying you no bit of attention. And you walk by there, and you just walking like into the den or whatever, and she just pow, she'd hit you. And if you had short sleeves on or something, you look like you've been fighting with Freddy Krueger. I mean, just mean.
So that's why I called her Jezza, Hell.
Mean.
Jezebel was not nice to us. She was nice to Mama.
Yeah.
Jezebel liked to ride in the car with my Mama.
Right.
We had a garage at that house, and Jezebel was an indoor-outdoor cat. She went into the backyard, and she came back in the house, and she in turn went into the garage and came back in the house. So Mama was ready. She needed to go to the store. It was just a little convenience store down the road, and she got ready to go. Jezebel was in the garage. Jezebel saw the door open, and Mama said, "Come on, Jezebel, you can ride with me," just like she had done so many times before. So Jezebel, like a dog, sitting up in the car, watching out the window, driving down the road with Mama, gets to the store. Mama opens the door, gets out, goes in the store to get what she needs. And it was a foreigner that owned the store, and he didn't speak very good English. And he was trying to tell her, "Your cat, there's a cat walking in the store." And Mama turned around because Jezebel did not get along with other people. And Jezebel really didn't need to be out at a store where nobody could handle her.
Mm-hmm.
So lo and behold, here the mean cat was loose in the convenience store, and my Mama running after the cat, trying to catch her. The mean cat got her back in the car and got her home, never to drive her around again.
I don't blame her.
Jezebel never got a ride after that. I'm so sorry, Jezebel, who's no longer with us. But do you remember the night that Mama called us? And it was about 10 o'clock that night. You had to go to work the next day, and Jezebel was stuck in a tree.
Gosh, I don't remember.
It was that little oak tree that was in the backyard on Dixie Drive.
Okay.
Jezebel was you could reach up with the stepladder and get her. But the cat had been there for hours. And Mama had to call us to come get the ladder, knowing that you couldn't touch the cat.
I helped
You
take
probably
it.
had to suit up.
I took it one time to go get its rabies shots, and I had welding gloves on. That's no lie, and a sweatshirt, and I had a shirt under that, and welding gloves on. And when the vet saw me, he knew exactly what I had. He knew immediately what I had in that cage, and he said, "You got a cat?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Okay, well, you're suited up." He said, "I'm gonna let you hold it, and I'm gonna give it the shot." And I was like, "We got this." And lo and behold, it worked out because I had welding gloves on. So she was
Jezebel.
mean. Woo, that cat was mean.
But Mama, y'all have heard the story of Sassy, who's the cat that we rescued from roadside that Mama ended up taking in. He's the sweetest cat Mama's ever owned.
Mm-hmm.
But to her, Jezebel was a close second.
Yeah.
And it just is so amazing to me that cat that was so mean to everybody else loved her with all of her heart. Mama's heart was so shattered. I mean, we all are when something happens to our animals, but that cat was one of a kind. She was one of a kind.
One of the kind.
Anytime we go anywhere and a cat looks like Jezebel, she had a unique look to her also.
Yeah.
Then we're like, that cat looks like Jezza.
Yeah.
H-E-double-L.
That cat was mean.
She was mean.
Ooh.
And she went in the convenience store. Yeah, you would just have to know the cat probably to make that story funny. It was really funny that the cat went in the store.
Yeah.
But it probably didn't come out that way.
I saw somebody ask about the meet and greet. When is the meet and greet? The meet and greet is on April the 22nd.
Yes.
And it's completely free. And you know what? I'm going to tell y'all who's all at the meet and greet.
I'm glad you are.
Besides us.
Because I feel like we forgot somebody last time.
It's so many of our friends there. And you know me, I can't remember.
Well, you know, when I call out a name, I know I'm forgetting somebody, and
Right.
I hate to do that because it's not fair to leave anybody out.
It's not. All right, here we go. All right, so here's everybody that's going to meet at the meet and greet on April 22nd at Petals from the Past, which is in Jemison, Alabama. It is, of course, us. It will be Just Dig It Farm, Tracy and Jean. You got Simple Lake and Lace. You got, hang on, this is really small.
You can.
We got Little Cahaba Junkin. We got Head Family Farm, which is Jacqueline, Zach, and Eleanor. We got Chestnut Hills Farmstead.
Nick and Zoe.
And Zoe. And Farmer Rhett.
Farmer Rhett.
We got Sneed's Farmhouse Sanctuary, which is Miss Judy. We got Big Family Small Farm, which is the Blairs. That's Wes, Angie, and the kids. We got A&W Mini Farm. We got Finally Home in Bama. And we got our friends over there at Perry Hill Farm.
That's right.
The twins.
The twins.
So that's everybody that's going to be at the meet and greet. So
And
some of those may be some channels that you watch as well.
And these folks are all from the great state of Alabama.
Yes.
You know, some people have asked, well, why is Lester not going to be there? Why is so-and-so not going to be there? It's an Alabama meet and greet.
That's right.
And it's just simply composed of Alabama YouTube channels.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I would like to mention is one of those people that is on there is Sneed's Farmhouse.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If y'all don't follow Sneed's Farmhouse, it's SNEAD apostrophe S
Mm-hmm.
Farmhouse. She's up in
Coleman,
Alabama. I knew it was North Alabama. Miss Judy is a wonderful, wonderful lady with a huge heart for taking rescues.
She's a sanctuary.
She's a sanctuary. Yes. She's we're going to visit her.
Yes.
Right after the Petals from the Past event.
We are.
Which is at the end. We're going to see her the 24th of April. So we haven't ever been to her farm, but we know what she does. And we know that we appreciate her huge heart.
She does.
And she does a lot with schools.
She does got a lot of schools. And I was going to mention that she only has a Facebook page that I know of. She may have Instagram
she's got a
too.
YouTube channel.
Does she got YouTube yet?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know she had a YouTube channel
started
yet.
It.
I knew that she was talking about doing a YouTube channel, but I didn't know she had started a YouTube channel
I thought
yet.
she had started it. Let me look.
But I know
Where
she's
did it
on
go?
Facebook. She's got a big Facebook page.
She does have
Yeah.
a big Facebook. Yeah, she's got a YouTube
Okay.
channel.
She does got a YouTube channel.
She's got a few videos on there.
I did not know that, Miss
And
Judy.
it's kind of it looks like it kind of starts from the beginning. So y'all go check out Sneed's Farmhouse. Wonderful lady, huge heart. She does offer some, what do you call it, tours of
Mhm.
her farm where you can pay and come and visit and
Yes.
see her farm, see what she has going on. But
So,
y'all
yeah.
check her out.
Facebook and YouTube.
Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, didn't you say?
I think Instagram.
We'll scratch that.
Uh,
Facebook
I
and YouTube.
post on Instagram, but I don't do much on it. Does that make sense?
She's a hard-working lady.
She is a hardworking lady.
She helps so many animals in need, and we just need more people like Miss Judy.
Mm-hmm.
She.
My old tractor, I saw that coming up. It's been so pretty outside. I haven't had a chance to fool with it.
No, you hadn't, but I'm fixing to put my foot down because my car can't park in there. I thought when we pushed it in there, I thought it was going to be for a few days.
Yeah.
And I'm the one that said, hey, let's go get the tractor and put it in the garage. So on ugly days, you can work on it. And now I'm wishing I might not should have said that.
So I gotta, I guess I need to just know if it's pretty outside or not.
Maybe one night.
Yeah, I can do it at night.
I'm trying to put you to work 24/7, aren't I?
Yeah.
Thank y'all that are saying you subscribe to Sneed's Farmhouse.
Sneed's Farmhouse.
Well, if we mention it now, then when we go and make our visit and maybe bring an animal home, who knows?
Maybe.
Then you'll know what's going on.
That's right.
May.
Barn. I was gonna mention that hopefully the barn build may start in the next few weeks. So fingers crossed on that. And
we just found out we knew the guy that Brant was building the current building for, and we didn't know this was who he was building the current building for. We were eating lunch at our favorite downtown restaurant, Main Street Cafe, and a guy that we know says something about, I said, we haven't started on our barn build yet. He said, I'm just about to finish up with the barn build. And we said, what? And he said, yeah. And he told us where it was. And I said, is Brant building your barn? And he said, he sure is. It's so small world.
World.
Yeah, it's getting close.
Getting close.
Getting real close.
Somebody asked several times. I saw it and I wrote it down, but I hadn't seen them on here anymore. But I just want to make sure. And that was Moody's Flies. What is that I use for Moody's Flies? And it's called Piranha. I think that's what it's called.
Piranha?
I think that's what it's called. And Lester gave that to me.
That's right. He did. Lester sent that to you and said it worked for him. And so we used it, the end of last year it was?
I used it. Yeah, I think some. I'm not sold on the wasp yet. We did the wasp last year several times last year. And I don't know. I've read people swear by the wasp. Oh, what she saw.
It's Tucker.
Oh, is it?
Tucker sneezed and it sounded kind of
funny. But I don't know. I really didn't see any change when we put the wasp out. I really didn't.
I feel like once we get the barn built, once we get the cows moved and everybody moved to that side, we will in turn run the chickens behind the cows.
Yeah.
And that will make that fly. What do you say? I mean,
they'll eat the larva and the poop.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Eat the larva.
Yeah.
And that'll take care of some of the fly problem.
Right.
Which you guys have been suggesting that this whole time, but that area is just not big enough to put a fence inside of a fence.
Yeah.
It's plenty big enough for just Moody, but it's not big enough for us to fence off a part.
And if we were to take our chickens now that kind of roam around and put them over there, they're just going to go right back to where they want to go. So, and there's chickens in there too.
I just thought of something really important and I forgot it.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, that's why I do this.
Yeah, but I didn't want to interrupt you.
I'll write it down. Yep. So that was it right there. Also, there is another spring sale. I just don't want you guys to miss this if you're interested in these things. And that is Greenstalk is offering a spring sale until March the 27th. And that is 20. If you spend $100, you get $20 off. If it's $250, you get $60 off. If it's $500, you get $150 off. Plus, if you use our promo code, and that is, I'll make sure I don't miss this. I think it's just Cog Hill Farm.
And this is green stalk.
This
That's
is
what
our
we
planters.
grew those awesome petunias
Correct.
in front of the greenhouse
Something like-
last year.
Yep.
We've planted greens in them. We've planted lots of different things in them.
Yep, Cog Hill Farm in all caps is our green stalk promo code. You get an extra $10 off on top of what else they're doing. So if you guys have been thinking about wanting a green stalk, you may want to look into getting it now before the 27th, because that's when that sale goes off.
And a lot of I saw some people wanting to know about the shirts again. Just go to our website, coghillfarm.com. You'll see a link to the shirts.
Yep.
They are 20% off until
Tomorrow.
Gosh, it
You
was
can't remember what you're talking
important
about?
and it was funny. And I don't remember what it was.
You can't remember what it was.
I can't, and I probably won't ever.
Oh, me.
Can you put a link? What are you wanting a link to? The shirts or the website, maybe? A link to our website?
Website, yeah, there's probably a link on our Facebook page and everywhere on our on our YouTube channel, or just Google Cog Hill Farm and our website comes up too. But it's coghillfarm.com.
And they've got it to where the 20% automatically comes off. Isn't that right?
I think so. Yeah.
And it's on all shirts. It's not just this design.
Yep.
So if you're wanting anything, you could get you a little savings.
That's right.
I love savings.
Yeah, I know it.
I don't remember what I was gonna say, and I wish I could.
Tanya wanted to know, what do we recommend for an incubator?
We like those little GQF styrofoam ones.
The tabletop GQF incubator that's called a Hubervator.
The cheapest one that they offer is
That's
just
4 though. Be sure you get one that's 4 chicken eggs. They make several different ones.
well.
So
I think the styrofoam ones are all.
they're different.
Okay.
If you go to, they're different.
I think the turners are different, not just the
no,
incubator.
the incubator is different too. Yeah,
Okay.
they make them for quail. They make the styrofoam for several different ones. You have to be kind of be careful. so.
Okay. I thought the incubators
Yeah.
were all the same. It's
And
just
I
a different
like the
turner.
one that has the humidity gauge in it, but you don't
Yeah.
have to get that one.
Well, if you're hatching anything besides chickens, you do need to be able to see what the humidity is.
Yeah,
But I think you can buy a separate humidity
Right.
monitor if you are trying to go that route.
somebody wanted to know Miss Judy's farm again, and it is Sneed's Farmhouse Sanctuary, and it's in Coleman, Alabama.
Is that right?
So that's what it came up. That's what it's listed on that meet and greet. Is that not right?
Sorry, people. All right, on YouTube, it's just it's Sneed's Farmhouse Sanctuary. SNEAD apostrophe S. SNEAD apostrophe S. Farmhouse Sanctuary.
Yeah, be sure to tell Miss Judy that Cog Hill.
Cog Hill sent you.
That's right.
I'm not gonna remember it.
Oh well.
I'm not gonna remember it. So I
Well,
guess-
we're a good hour and 13 minutes
Granddaddy.
in.
They want to know about Granddaddy. Granddaddy, y'all, they're still planning to repair their house,
Yes.
and it can't be sped up. There's so much construction going on in that area to where nothing can be done to speed up the process.
Yes.
They're doing the best they can. Head Family just put a link to,
On YouTube.
Sneed's
They're
Farm.
on YouTube. So Head Family put a link to Miss Judy's.
so it's in the comments.
Yes.
But Granddaddy's doing the best he can. They're satisfied. They've got a roof over their head, but they are trying to get their house fixed. And I was gonna write it down, but Jason had the notebook, and it would have interrupted what he was saying, and I didn't want to do that. So
I had to get 2 notebooks.
I have one right here, but only one pen. Remember, the pen came apart.
Oh, I did come apart.
And the boys, the puppies, they're right out there. They're playing. They've got a area with a shade over it.
I fixed it. Oh yeah, they got area shade over it. They're fine. They're great. They don't even pay us any attention anymore when they're out there.
Yeah, when I walk
They're gonna-
around and feed and stuff, I let them out and they just stay right beside me. Now I know when they get big and grown, they probably won't stay right beside me so much, but right now they're staying right with me. They don't wander. They don't, and I don't know if that's typical puppy or not,
I don't know either.
but they're good. They're well behaved.
They are good.
I can't complain not one iota about either one of them because they're very well behaved. Kind of like you.
I'm very well behaved.
You are.
Oh, me.
No egg from the Victorians.
No
I'm
egg from
sorry.
Victorians. All
I'm
right.
so sorry. I hope it comes soon. I really do.
That dog.
Shirt sale till tomorrow. You're right.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, guys. I hope
Where do you order the green stalk?
just go to Greenstock or go to our website. The link to Greenstock's on our website. Go to
Yeah.
our website, coghillfarm.com. It's on the front page. You'll see Greenstock up there, and you can go there. And
That's
I'd take
the
you
best way
straight
to
there.
do it.
That's instead of me trying to explain it, I'd take you
And
straight to the website.
what was the code for green stalk?
It's on our website too, but it is Cog Hill Farm.
Con- no number.
Cog Hill Farm.
That
What's-
was when I was having my thoughts.
okay. Somebody want to know what's for supper? And where'd you get your overalls? Brooks overalls come from Duluth. That one you saw where it has the garden gnome and the chickens.
Yes.
Duluth.
Yes. Duluth. And what's for supper?
What
Y'all,
are we having for supper?
I was gonna cook this chicken. I'm not cooking it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I even need to talk about it. We're gonna have chicken salad.
Okay.
I was gonna cook this chicken that has sauteed onions on the top of it
Ooh.
with some mozzarella cheese
Yeah.
over the top of it,
Oh.
but it's too late.
Yeah.
I'm
it
too
is late.
hungry for that.
I'm hungry too.
So
and
we're
it's-
gonna have chicken salad.
We'll have chicken salad. That sounds magnificent.
I'm glad it does.
It does. What's up, Mike? My boy, Michael Key. Well, all right, guys.
I'm gonna
We
remember what that funny was, and I'll write it down.
write it down. Guys,
Until next time.
we'll catch y'all on the next one. And as always, y'all be good. Hey, and let's root for each other.
Root for each other. I know what it was. I remember.
Do we end it?
Do y'all want to know what it was?
A lot of people got off already.
Okay, we'll do it next time. Sorry. I remember.